Vedant. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. What's up, Vedant? Good choice. Definitely. No, really well done. Which one did you get? The GRG321EX. Not sure, does that have a Floyd Rose? Or is it that the blue one? I think. No, it's not the blue one. It's like a brownish one. Yeah, no, this will be a solo guitar. No, absolutely. Yeah. Comfort-wise, it's definitely going to be a great one, because it's not like a Fender where the volume knob and everything's in the way. So this is going to be a very, very good one. You must enjoy it. Oh, in my opinion, software. Absolutely software. It's cheaper, more versatile, and just easier. Like it's a no-brainer for me. I sold every single amp, every single pedal I have. I just have my software stuff now. So get yourself a audio interface, and then get yourself ML Sound Labs Roots, or if you want to spend some money on a decent amp, get something from Neuraldsp. Their Black Friday specials are 50% off. So yeah, just wait until November, and then you can get really, really great stuff for like $50, $60. But no, that's absolutely the route I would recommend. I've sold everything. Get the timing for that correct. Yeah. 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 Well, where do you think I was from? I think the accent sort of blends in with a little bit of Australia and a little bit of England, I think. Generally, that's where our English accents come from. For sweep picking, there's a bunch of ways you can approach this. The first thing you should do is just familiarize yourself with the actual mechanics of it. So take this specific thing. So what you want to do is, what it's going to sound like is this. So start off with that. So how you do it, I'm in a different tuning, but you can go. 8th fret B string, then 7th fret E string, and 10th fret E string. And then it's going to be down, down, up, down, down. But on your upstroke, you need to do this with your wrist a little bit like this, so that your next downstroke is prepared and is not stuck between the strings. So you want to go. So that's the first motion that you should really get down. And now the wider your arpeggios go, your sweep picking stuff, the more you want to incorporate your shoulder motion, because you don't want to do this. You don't want to sweep like this with your wrist, because the angle of every single note that you're picking is going to be different, and that's going to be incredibly inconsistent and difficult to practice. So when you get to wider sweeps, use your shoulder. So pretty much like if you're punching something like that, but you're punching let's say you're punching your leg. So that's the idea. You want to travel in as straighter direction as possible. You don't want to go like that or even like that. You want to go as straight as possible. There will be like a little bit of give or take, but I mean, when you are doing broad arpeggios, any arpeggio where I go, I think 4 strings, 3 or 4 strings, then I'm like, okay, I need to incorporate my shoulder, otherwise it's not going to be right. So with this first arpeggio, this one, when you downstroke, you should already be resting your pick on the E string. So you go. So just rest it there. Don't even pick the next note. Just pick the first one and then rest on the E string below. So if you pay really close attention to my right hand, like when I do the upstroke, it is a little bit of a forearm twist, and that's intentional because I need to escape the string. So I go. So that's the actual motion of it. You can eventually add that sort of thing. So once you have that down, then the next part is muting. If you're not muting properly, it's going to sound like this. You don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you're muting properly. For this specific arpeggio, I'm keeping my index finger on the E string, and the tip of my index finger is touching the bottom of the B string, so that when I lift up that note, the top of my index finger is muting it, and then it's I don't have to really think about it. I just go. There we go. And you sort of keep your index finger there, and you disengage it when you have to do the next note. So you go like, and then disengage, but you keep it there. Engage, disengage. Engage, disengage. By engage and disengage, I just mean like you're keeping your finger there, but you're not yet applying pressure. There's a difference between those two motions. So when you're just holding it there, then it's muting it. But then when you actually press it, when you fret it, then you're engaging it. And then when I go to my pinky, I'm going to relax this finger. I'm still going to keep it there, but I'm going to relax it. And that's very, very important. so that you don't have to use too much energy for any of these motions. So it's just okay. Now another thing. There's so many details involved with this. With your right hand, sweep picking is really just your right hand. It's literally everything. The left hand is where everyone looks, but it's like maybe 10% of the mechanics. Everything is on your right hand. So now with your right hand, it's gonna be sorry, let me just adjust my position. My shoulders giving me a bit of problems. So with your right hand, you need to also decide, are you going to be resting with your fingers open like this or closed like this? So there's the open grip and the closed grip. Now when you have one of these, I'm exaggerating now, you don't want to actually do this. You don't want to have your hand like this. If it's open, it's just relaxed. It's like almost curled like that below the pickup, and then you sort of just move like that. If it's closed, you're not making a fist. That's a big misconception. You're not making a fist, you're just curling your fingers so that it's just like that. Just like that, up just above the strings. So you're not doing this, you're doing this. And that is just for preference. Like everyone has different preferences. Sometimes I'll be using an open grip or a closed grip. It just depends on the song, the section, or whatever. Naturally, I do tend to have a bit more of an open one, but again, you don't want to open it like this. You want to keep it as relaxed as possible. The less information that you can give to your brain when you're practicing that is irrelevant, the better. You don't want to give your brain so much motor information when you're practicing. You want to give it only the essentials. So when I'm doing this, I will relax these fingers, relax them. And then, yeah, this it takes a lot of time to practice, but it's one of those really nice things to have in your arsenal. So I'll just put the metronome at 120 and I'll go. And then you can practice this in two ways. You can practice it for very, very fluid or very staccato. So what I mean by that is, how much space are you leaving between each note? Are you leaving as much space as possible or as little space as possible? So if I'm leaving as much space as possible, it's going to be staccato. So it'll be like. But the problem with that is I can't do a pull off, so I'm going to have to go. And then if I want to do the fluid motion, because you don't want to just have it be like. Sorry. 3, 4. Sort of want to have them really, really close to each other. Small detail, but yeah. Critical to remember when you're practicing slowly. Do not exaggerate your motions at all, because of the fact that when you speed up, you're not going to be able to rest as much in between each stroke. You're going to have to make sure that your motions when you're practicing slowly are very, very small. Like, so you mustn't, because you have time now to rest between each stroke, like, you don't want to do that. I'm exaggerating, but be very, very conscious of this fact, that you don't want to go, you don't want to use more energy or motion than you actually need to, because when you go fast, the motion is very, very, very small. And the analogy I always use for this is the way we walk. If you're walking, you're encountering certain variables, and you can sort of walk in slow motion. You can sort of do that, but you can't run in slow motion, because when you're running, you're leaning forward, there's momentum, you're encountering wind resistance, there's gravity becomes a bit more of a factor when you're doing that. Your balance is also a massive factor when you're running. When you're walking, you can change direction at any time. You can literally be walking forward and then walk backwards in a split second. But if you're running, you have that momentum. You're using different muscle groups. You're using different parts of your brain in order to execute these compound movements. So when you're practicing slowly, just make sure that you're not exaggerating, because the problem is you're going to be wasting your time if you're going to be practicing it slowly for hours and hours and hours. You actually eventually have to push yourself to a speed where it falls apart, and then stay there and sort of evaluate it in little bursts. So you go like, so like literally like that. If I take this now to, let's say, 180, like that. And the reason for that is it's easier to focus on that small group of notes, because that motion is going to be repeating over and over and over. But it's much easier to evaluate yourself without tiring out if you just do them in like small groups of, like, let's say 3 or 4 notes. Then you do these quick little bursts, and after each one your brain can sort of give you input, like, okay, maybe that was a little bit fast, okay, there was string noise here, or this upstroke was just a bit weird. So sweep picking, it's a very, very mechanically precise motion. Alternate picking seems a lot simpler because it's just, but when you change strings with alternate picking, it becomes even more complicated, and then you can sort of end up min-maxing this whole thing. It's not really that necessary, but that's what's gonna happen. You're gonna eventually be, when you want to reach a certain speed, you're gonna have to, it's these tiny factors that make the entire difference. Like if I wanted to, if I use just my wrist for that, that's like, it's a problem. It's all the string noise. But if I use my shoulder for it, it's a lot more fluent. There's just all these little details that will make a lot of difference when you turn up the speed. So don't just practice slowly. Everyone says practice slowly, increase the BPM 1 BPM per day, and then eventually you'll get to your speed. It's not true. It's like trying to you're trying to practice running by walking. It's just not going to work. You have to at least get into a zone where you are encountering the variables that you will be encountering when you're sprinting. You have to at least be running. You don't have to be like at your top speed yet, but you have to at least be running before you can actually practice running. Yeah. Oh no, thank you, man. I do mostly in person, or just throughout the week. But yeah, no, it's always nice for me to help people out, because it helps me as a musician as well. Because when I have to teach something, I have to rationalize it for myself. I have to think really critically, like, why do I do things a certain way? Why does it work for me but not someone else? Why is someone else able to do something but I'm not? And then I sort of have to do this diagnostic thing where I investigate and I see what's going up. So yeah. Why was the broom late to class? I don't know why. That's so good. Oh man, that's so good. That's brilliant. Get over sweat. I don't know how he does that. It's so difficult. So difficult. Even when I do mini sweeps, I'll engage my shoulder for that, because I don't want to confuse my right hand into thinking that I'm picking twice. I'm picking once, and then I engage my shoulder for that second one. So it's like, you see my shoulder moves very, very slightly, even with two strings. Because if I go, there's a lot of desynchronization, which I don't want. So it's really just min-maxing silly little details. But it really does make a difference. Trust me, I've made so many mistakes when it comes to practicing this stuff. Still busy practicing some other stuff that really tripped me up, like very, very broad arpeggios that shift positions, and that's more the left hand that's giving me problems. Oh. So even that I can practice in segments. I don't have to practice the whole thing at once. I can just practice go. I see now when I go. Trying to see live since 3 days because I'm usually studies at 12 a.m. Man, that's late. Yeah, I mean India is I think is it 4 hours ahead. So right now it should be 1 a.m. I believe. Oh my word. Normally I'll stream in the morning South African time, so it'll be like 7 a.m. So I think Indian time will be like 11 a.m. So like around 11 you can probably catch me in the mornings. I normally stream before I go to work. It's just good to get my practice in before the day begins, because motivation does tend to decay throughout the day. So I do practice in the mornings, and then sometimes in the evenings, but that'll be like maybe 7 p.m. South African time. So yeah, so I guess 11 a.m. or 11 p.m. for you. Every time I try to engage my wrist, everything falls apart. Bad muscle memory. Kirk Hammett. Definitely know him. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I think I know why. Because of his wah pedal. He's always crying. Oh man. Yeah, I was thinking, yeah. No, yeah. Sort of, I don't know if you've heard the Enter Sandman demo recordings that just James Hetfield did. And then the solo is without the wah, and it's just better. Like, oh my word. The wah did ruin certain aspects. It can enhance, but like, yeah, I don't know, for some of the stuff it just really took away. It was just like it was just masking mistakes. Didn't really enjoy it that much, but yeah. But Slash on the other hand, yeah, no, he can use the wah pedal anytime. So this is a little bit more different. There's a 5-string sweep, so it's like. Yeah, no, me too. Yeah, it was. I think for me it was 2008. I played Guitar Hero 3 with one of my best friends, and then I saw Slash and the guitar battle versus Slash, and I'm just like. I don't know how it goes. No, Slash was just, yeah, he pretty much started it all as well. And then when I was learning this as a beginner, then I gave up at this next part, and I've never learned it since. Because it was just so damn fast, and I was like, there's no way. And then I just remember like, I don't know what it was. And then the Don't Cry solo is also one of my favorites from him. Just like something like that. Oh. And then November Rain obviously as well. really actually have to learn these classic songs. I listened to them so much when I was young, but my abilities weren't there to play them. So I'm actually gonna have to sit down and learn them. Oh man, but yeah, I think that's gonna be me for tonight. I think you should also get some sleep. It's quite late there in India. So yeah, no, I hope you rest well, man, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. And yeah, just remember those sweep picking fundamentals. Just that sort of thing. Just be very, very patient with yourself. It's a very difficult technique to learn, but yeah, you have a new guitar, so you're automatically better now. Cheers, man.